Howdy folks, Justin here, and just received the patch notes that some of those bugs were fixed, so we're going to hop back onto the ladder with Bubble, Toil, and Trouble, the Mage, Support Mage control deck. This is my latest version. I'm trying something different today. I went ahead and I've gone up to 3 Memory Wraiths, which may seem like overkill, but I wanted to see how the deck felt running those. I have also made a few changes, cutting Heart and adding in Daggerfall Mages and taking out Rune Archaeologists. So maybe more traditional look, but with the Memory Wraith being the card I really want to test. I don't think I want to keep any of that. Playing against Scout should be interesting. We also have a single copy of Cast into Time, which I'm eager to point at an Eclipse Baroness if I get the chance. Hello.
Greetings.
Alright, so no Ring of Magicka, a bunch of 5s, 6s, and 7s in my hand. Let's see what happens. Scouts report from our opponent. Doesn't want the Fighter's Guild recruit, that makes sense. Just gonna pass turn. Yeah, so you could run Journey and Conscription in this deck. I'm gonna try out running Memory Wraith instead. Just gonna take our time. Not under much pressure yet. Another Scouts report goes ahead and keeps the card. There's our first Memory Wraith. I don't mind just playing Memory Wraith on curve if I have to, but... And the final Scouts report. Does Ben like what he sees? He does. Okay. Yep, so I'm gonna go ahead and execute this. Because we're running 3 Memory Wraiths, I don't mind dropping these relatively quickly. Opponent has no play. Drop an Elixir. I don't really want to guarantee an execute back, so I'm gonna pass turn. Alright. Shadowfen Priest. That's actually fine, right? Because this is the least important of my cards. See if he has another one. If he does, then he does. And we can Firebolt Ice Storm to clear. Observe. Looks like he doesn't, though. Okay. There's an Excavate, which could be useful in the future. Shadow Shift, so maybe this is some kind of Slay Scout. Are you? So... I kind of want a Memory Wraith. Firebolt Memory Wraith. Okay. Now we only got rid of Astrid and Shadowfen Priest, but I think that's good enough. He drew another Shadowfen Priest. It's fine, we can excavate it back. Sanctuary Pet. He goes ahead and swings. We draw a Lightning Bolt, which is a good draw. Okay. There's an Ice Storm. Let's go ahead and Iron. We got back the Execute, but that's okay. We will Firebolt that. And I'm just going to drop down Daggerfall Mage. Here's a Shearpoint Dragon. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. All 3 drain vitalities out of the way. And there's a lightning bolt. Yeah, let's just lightning bolt that. Let's go ahead and excavate now that we have a chance and grab back our gold brand. Alright.
Let's go then.
There's Eclipse Baroness, and we don't have our single copy of Cast into Time, unfortunately. There's a word wall to upgrade a shout. And a giant bat. Okay. There's Cast into Time just on time. So we'll remove all the Eclipse Baronesses. And pass the turn. Another word wall.
Let's go then.
He had an Eclipse Baroness in hand already, which sucks. Kinda can't kill this right now. There's a level 3 Soul Tear. Grabbing Shadowfen Priest. So if I Javelin this, I can't Javelin the massive Shadowfen Priest.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
Not in a good spot, unfortunately.
What have we here?
These streets are mine.
Yep. Okay, there's Memory Wraith.
Let's go then.
A night to remember. Shearpoint Dragon. Okay. Alright, this is good. Or is it? If I just Ice Storm next turn and cast Memory Wraith, am I gonna die? That's gonna be shackled. I'm gonna keep this in my hand. Well, now I will. Potentially.
Too kind.
Alright, does he have another giant bat? Shearpoint Dragon. Swing. Okay. Good times. Alright, so let's say we Ice Storm. We can put... Well, we're dead to Tazcat and Giant Bat from hand. If we Ice Storm... We know he has a silence effect in hand, so we can't just put up a guard and expect to survive. So... I need to Ice Storm... Javelin? Is there a way around that? I don't think so. And this leaves us without an answer to his 9/9 Shadowfen Priest, unfortunately.
I will keep Sotha Sil's people alive.
Sure.
I
I smell the stench of the living.
Okay. Another level 3 Soul Tear for Eclipse Baroness. I think this game might end up being a loss because he had the Eclipse Baroness in hand when we cast it into time. I assume he shuffled more Shadowfen Priests in.
A fine display.
He drew a giant bat.
Let's go then. My time is precious.
Alright, well, we'll be right back for another one, guys. This might not be working out. Alright, after a disappointing first game against the deck's worst matchup, and one where my opponent repeatedly reanimated things despite Memory Wraith and Cast into Time going off, we're going to try again, this time against Atlas Fall with a Banish heavy version of Control Support Mage. Let's see what our opponent's doing this time. Our opponent, Atlas Fall, is rocking Scout again. I didn't know this deck was back. I will throw back the 2 more expensive cards, keep the Execute. And there's Odoving right on time. I have not played against Scout since the nerfs, really, so I'm kind of surprised by what's been happening here today. But see if these improvements to the deck are actual improvements and not just unnecessary changes. Sorry about the phone. Sandra is not here right now, so I'm not going to be able to answer that. Yeah, our opponent taking their time. Good times. The bug fixes to Bone Colossus, Embassy Disguise, and Balmora Spymaster are in. A little frustrating how many people I saw exploiting the... How many people were exploiting the Embassy Guard bug. It's pretty disappointing. Opponent is trying to figure out how to spell Larson as they search Twitch to see if I'm streaming right now. I am not. Good times. Alright, we will pass the turn and see what my opponent's up to. Keep counting down, little timer thing. My opponent decided to start playing. I was about ready to stop recording. Okie dokie. Go ahead and lightning bolt his mammoth. Another mammoth. I'm going to play Iron, get my lightning bolt back, and I'll go ahead and play my elixir as well. Alright, so Young Mammoth Scout suggests some more mid-range deck. Mummify. Okay. It's just Ice Storm. Young Mammoth number 3, the whole herd has arrived. Yeah. I'm just gonna play that guy. Not a singleton deck. Sure, Shearpoint Dragon. Let's College of Winterhold. Fabricate, always good. And then let's Lightning Bolt that one. I like Fabricate because it can give you some huge late game creatures. Okay. Another giant bat deck. What do I do here? Take a finish off to combo with all these lightning bolts. And then I'm going to Manticora that. 9 cards in hand. A little worried about overdrawing. Looks like that's what's going to happen. Still swings like that. Okay, another Manticora. There is a Manticora I overdrew. And a Cauldron Keeper. Alright. Let's Cauldron Keeper.
I sell cures for all ills.
Let's finish off. Let's execute. Let's go with Reverberating Strike.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
Alright.
I'll scout ahead.
Scouts report, and we're looking for Mournhold Trader. We're looking for Memory Wraiths right now. Yep. Brings back a Shearpoint Dragon. Hits the Cauldron Keeper. No. Okay. There's Cast into Time, which I think we save for Baronesses. I'm just going to drop Odoving.
Your storm is no match for mine.
And we just hope our opponent doesn't have Odoving, I'm sorry, Eclipse Baroness in hand like our last opponent did. Cliff Racer. Giant Bat. Okay. There's Orb. Just get a... I think 4 costs because I'm going to want to cast in conjunction with other creatures. And screwing up combat math sounds like a good plan. Alright. Do we have another Soul Tear for Tazcat? There's a Shadowfen Priest on my guard creature.
If I fall, the hiss.
Okay. I don't mind Shadowfen Priesting. I'm sorry, yeah, I think I'm actually going to cast into time these.
By all the powers of the 8.
That seems pretty good with that on the board in the future. It's gonna pass turn. I don't see any reason to kill the giant bat. Shearpoint Dragon. Yep. Okay. I have to imagine this is a concession.
Yo, Torsul!
Cast into time. Oh, I would love another one of those. We already know he's played both of his. Or at least one of his shear points. I guess he reanimated it. But I don't feel so bad about doing that now. Keeping my dude alive. And we'll hit our opponent and pass the turn.
The battle is yours.
Alright, so 1-1 against Scattle. This guy didn't do anything for 4 turns. We will be right back for maybe a third scout game. Alright, back for a third game with some new cards I'm trying out with support mage here. And actually, you know what I'm going to do real quick? Real quick, I'm going to change something. I'm going to take out 1 javelin and put in 1 more cast into time. So the deck list on the left is going to be incorrect. I just feel like cast into time is worth at least trying out quite a bit more, and I'm not getting the exposure I'd like with only 1 copy of it. Support Mage is a great deck. I really enjoy playing it. But I really wanted to make the deck better against Journey / Conscription without adding in Journey and Conscription. So Mr. Cheesy Poof is our opponent, playing Sorcerer. Let's see how this match goes. Okay, Sorcerer with the ring is always a little frightening. I'm gonna keep Hive Defender, which may be a mistake, but I'm not disappointed in having one. Execute huge in this match. Wouldn't mind Mages and Harpies as well early on. Alright. What do we got, Mr. Cheesy Poof?
Luck to your house.
Greetings.
I keep a spare blade in
Crown Quartermaster, so kind of all in, huh? Alright, Manticora, not really what we're looking for yet. Now we have taken the Undying Dragons out of the deck. So we need to preserve our life total a little bit more than we used to. Although we still have the elixirs. Young Mammoth. Okay. There's a lightning bolt. Gonna pass the turn. See where we go here. Okay. Memory Wraith. Daggerfall Mage. So I'm going to lightning bolt here. Pass the turn. I think that if I used it here, he'd just swing me back down to 22. If I don't, I'm pretty sure he's going to take me to 18. And I would like the opportunity to hit a prophecy or something like that. There we go.
A little distraction might prove useful.
Okay. I wonder if he puts the dagger on here now.
By Arcade's beard, this day
Wind
will
keep
be
spell
mine.
sword, sure.
By Arcade's beard, this day will be mine.
Okay. Okay. There's Goldbrand.
Behold my power.
I'm gonna try to set up for at least a reasonable ice storm.
Confound you!
Okay.
Do your worst.
Confound you!
Does he have nothing? Okay.
Behold my power.
what the plan is here. I'd really like to draw a firebolt for a bone colossus. There's the bone colossus.
Found you.
Firebolts are clear. There's execute, not what I'm looking for. Going down to 10. Yeah, I will lightning bolt that.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
Crown Quartermaster.
Attend.
Voice of Balance. Okay. Gold brand at 4. I think the best draw right now might be Tower Alchemist. I wonder if he's sitting on a lightning bolt and Shadowfen Priest or negation. Mummify. That's a bad sign. Dagger.
Your worst.
Mammoth. Cauldron Keeper's pretty good.
I sell cures for all ills.
So we know we're not dead because 2 lightning bolts don't kill us. Cast in the time, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take the opportunity to memory wraith him, which turns off his voices of balance as well. I feel like one of these cards is definitely lightning bolt, so Tower Alchemist will get 1 turn to do his thing.
I have many important
There's
things
Ancano.
on my mind.
Okay.
Careful there, friend.
And Wardcrafter. Orb of Vermina, but I'm gonna have to Manticora this. Execute this.
I will keep Sothasill's people alive.
Galen. Last card in his hand is a creature?
Attend.
It's a Voice of Balance.
Azora, give me strength.
There's Dawn's Wrath. Well, I got bad news. I'm gonna exile all those.
This was a worthy
Play Orb of Vermina. Okay, voice is gone. So if anything, our memory wraith and cast into
I feel a storm
time
coming.
plan negated his voices, and now this should be game over.
By all the powers of the Eight.
I sell cures for all ills. Careful there, friend.
Okay, so we've got the lock, right? Like, we're drawing 2 additional cards a turn. We can spam Gold Brand, and we can gain 4 life a turn.
This was a worthy contest.
Not bad. Be right back. Alright, time for one last game with Support Mage with Banish Tech. The list on the left changed at the beginning, right before the last game. We swapped out one of the javelins for an additional cast at a time. And last game we did see some of the upside to running those cards when we turned off our opponent's Voice of Balance. Alright, so now we have Mage. Let's see what happens here. This could be a long one. And again, I wanted to find a way to fight Journey and Conscription without running Journey and Conscription, and this is my attempt at doing so. So, cast into time targets in this match are going to be Manticora, Tower Alchemists, and Cauldron
By the
Keepers.
8th, they will meet
Staggerfall
their
Mage. We will execute it. There's an orb. Hitting the orb early is probably pretty important. Let's see if he lands his execute. A couple of our really strong cards here. Okay. Not a huge deal. Gonna pass the turn. Opponent's creature, discard pile. Just Daggerfall Mage. Thief of Dreams is actually going to be a bit of a problem. That's unfortunate for us. Iron brings us back Execute, which is not really what we want to be doing. But stealing another Manticora should be pretty valuable.
So many purses, so little time.
So this is like Thief Mage. This is not Support Mage, huh? Okay, Hive Defender. So let's hit that. Cauldron Keeper's good. Excavate's pretty good. So next turn we can Cauldron Keeper, Tower Alchemist to hit that, hit that.
No getting this one.
Another Thief of Dreams.
This one will be taking that.
Okay. Let's do it.
By all the powers of the 8.
I sell cures for all ills.
Nine cards in hand. Pass the turn. I assume this isn't going to survive, but we got some pretty good value so far. There's an Execute. Firebolt.
No getting this one.
Swing. Okay. Let's Firebolt and drop the first Memory Wraith. Go up to 9 cards again, and we stole an Undying Dragon, which is pretty nice. Harpy.
I sell cures for all ills.
Cauldron Keeper. Naked Cauldron Keeper. Okay. Don't know why that would be the play.
May the ancestors' blessing.
See what we get back. Execute's pretty good. Since he's running... Oh, actually, he might have stolen that from me, which would make more sense. So I'm going to use Execute. I would use... 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. I'll grab a card from him. I would use Firebolt if I thought he was running Tower Alchemists of his own. But I don't think he is. Sure. Excavate. Or Execute. Let's just drop that down. Gain a little life. We still have 2 more Cauldron Keepers, 2 more Tower Alchemists. Firebolt. Lightning Bolt. So he won't be able to keep this up. Sure. I'll Manticora that. There's Odiving. This does 10 damage now as well. Sure. You're holding an Ice Storm, huh? Kano's interesting. I gotta play something, so I'm just gonna get a Harpy out there. 29 cards, 35 cards. Pass the turn. Okay. We have an Observer, it's a cool T. I know what I want to do. I guess we'll force him to answer Odiving.
Your storm is no match for mine.
And we have not played either of our cast into
My
times
fight
yet.
is done.
Alright. Well, there you go. Deck seems pretty solid. See you all on the ladder.